All right, y'all. What's up? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday morning edition of Morning Scone, presented by Boudreaux's Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix. You know the drill by now. Hey, 4th of July is on Wednesday. If you're going to be celebrating with family and friends, celebrate with a great local product, make sure you go check out our friends at Boudreaux's. Get the Bloody Mary Mix, the Margarita Mix. Going to be mixing some margs by the pool. You got it. You can be brunching it or starting your days early. Make sure you hang out with our friends from Boudreaux's and check out their Bloody Mary Mix as well. Get that framed up in the shot a little better for you there. So anyway, man, I love Mondays. I've said this for years on radio. Love Mondays because Mondays you've got everything to talk about from, for me anyway, Friday at 3 o'clock till Friday at 6 till Monday at 3 when I go on air. And it's a busy, busy weekend. Drew's already here. He's on the other side of the camera. You're probably going to hear him, so sorry if he, knocks the camera there. Let me start doing our good mornings here. To everybody who's watching, appreciate y'all. Michael Moscona, what's up, cuz? Adam Kennedy, John Call, Hal Jubin. Good morning, y'all. Appreciate everybody for watching. Get the, just procedurally, if you could hit the share button, appreciate that as always, so more people can join us here. That's always very, very much appreciated. Bobby Otten, good morning. Dennis Romig, good morning. Appreciate y'all for watching. So, Mernon, what's up, Craig? Mernon. So, what's up, Craig? Little Friday reference. Anyway, Jeremy Aldridge, good morning. Appreciate you for being there as well. There's already been a jersey burning reference. Yeah, LeBron is headed to the Lakers. So, the first thing I did, of course, was, bud, don't move daddy's camera. Yeah, so, of course, first thing I did was tweet, anybody burning jerseys in Cleveland yet? Now, full disclosure, I haven't seen any yet on Twitter or social media. My guess is that that's probably coming. So, let's see. I'm really hopeful that Cleveland just melts again because it's one of the less endearing things about Drew. Come on, bud. Drew keeps hitting the camera. One of the less endearing things about the people of Cleveland, and actually, really, when I started to dislike them, no, buddy, don't pull that wire. That's Daddy's microphone. Come on, bud. Hey, Drew. Hey, bud. Listen. Daddy is trying to do. Sorry, y'all. I have no idea if this is going to look good. Hang on. Hey, why don't you come over here and sit on Daddy's lap instead of hitting the camera? That's probably good. Sorry. Drew is, so y'all know, like, I got the camera, my phone on a tripod with a microphone, and he's on the other side. So I'm looking at the back of my phone. So that way you're seeing a forward-facing logo like Boudreaux's and all this. Drew, stop it, baby. Hey, come see Daddy. Come over here. Anyway, so he's looking at the face of the phone on that side over there, and he keeps hitting it. So, all right. Oh gosh, Drew, come on. Big block. This is why are you all of a sudden now hitting that phone? I guess it was only a matter of time. He's gone. Okay, so let's get to the LeBron stuff. Someone said they saw a thank you note on LeBron jersey. That's disappointing. I'm really hoping that Cleveland just melts. I want to see the melt. Maybe they're just super grateful for the championship, which is what they should have done the first time, was be grateful for the fact that local guy that played so hard for them and won a lot for them. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to make sure I got this framed up good for y'all. I apologize if it's not. Anyway, let's see if that'll work. I hope it is. I hope that's a good shot. My apologies if not, if anything's missing on the screen. So, what this means, obviously, is that, there's one thing about this that does kind of annoy me, though. You're going to hear all this conversation about the luxury tax, right? So, I could explain the entirety of the NBA salary cap structure about as well as I could explain, neuroscience. But at its most basic level, the luxury tax is if there's a threshold, if you spend over it on your salary cap or on your total salary, then you're taxed on it. And I hear fans or media at times talking about the luxury tax, and I guess it can be a detriment or inhibitor. Stop hitting that camera, Drew. He's back. Elevator. Okay. Anyway, I forgot. Oh, the luxury tax. It's like, so people complain about, oh, well, they're going to go on the luxury. It's not your money. There's a billionaire owner that owns that team that's going to decide if they're going to want them. And look, and if you're going to be able to win by going into the luxury tax, like, what owner wouldn't do that? What owner wouldn't say, okay, yeah, I'll spend a little more and try to win a championship and bring in LeBron? Someone asked, does that mean Boogie is coming back to New Orleans? I'll be interested, man. I think a lot of it hinges upon what happens with Kawhi. You know, if Boogie may be like a plan B for the Lakers. We talked about it yesterday. The Boogie's going to meet with the Pels and the Lakers. There's still some talk that Boogie could end up in Chicago with DeAndre Jordan going to Dallas. That doesn't seem like that. Well, that's not going to happen now. But, right? I'd still think Boogie ends up back in New Orleans. So, yeah, I would assume that's going to happen. But we'll see. Someone asked, so the next thing I was talking about with free agency is, anyway, last thing on LeBron and the Lakers. We'll talk much more about this on AFR today. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the NBA. I think it's super bold. I shouldn't say bold, but strategically bold of LeBron to leave the East where he had a clear path every year to go to the finals, to go to the West where he knows he's going to bump up against Golden State. Provided we do see a Golden State Los Angeles Western Conference Finals, travel will be far less. Now, Boston is going to be the prohibitive favorite to win the East, and that's not even really going to be – the East won't even be competitive this year, shouldn't even be competitive this year. But Boston to California for a finals will be a long trek across the country. But let's see. But I'm excited about it generally for the NBA as a whole. Having the Lakers relevant, having LeBron with the Lakers, having Cleveland burning jerseys, I think that's awesome. Mark says, how much do we have to pay to switch to the Eastern Conference? Doesn't suck like that the Pels were in the Eastern Conference and then during realignment got switched to the Western Conference. It sucks, man. But the East is not going to be competitive. It might be competitive, but it's going to feel like the minor leagues relative to what's going to happen in the West this year. The Pels got Elfrid Payton. Does that mean Rondo is gone? Not necessarily, but if for those who don't know, Elfrid Payton, you probably most know him for his just insanely wackadoo hairstyle that he does. But Elfrid Payton was a lot. Sorry, I closed out my browser there. Elfrid Payton was a former lottery pick of the Magic, and the Pels signed him. I'm trying to get the terms. He went to Phoenix. Let's see. 24-year-old point guard, 1-year deal. I think it was $14 million. I'm looking for the terms. I don't see it. No, my guess is, and someone asked, does that mean Rondo's gone? No. Okay, yeah, so Peyton was the number 10 overall pick of the Magic in 2014, 4 seasons, then was traded to the Phoenix Suns back in February. So he just spent this past half a year in Phoenix, and now is signing with his hometown team. Trying to see. By the way, no, that does not mean Rondo's gone. Peyton, you're likely bringing in Elfrid Payton to bolster your backcourt as a backup to Rondo, provided you're able to re-sign Rondo. I'm trying to get you some stats here on Peyton. Average 11 and 5 with 6 assists in 19 games this year with Phoenix, which is of course just the worst team in the NBA. So, and the other thing about Peyton, which will be interesting to me, is that he's never played on a team that's won more than 35 games. So you're adding a guy who's probably going to be hungry to win, who's playing for his hometown team. I think there's a lot of appeal there. Big block. That's so funny. Thank you for not hitting the camera this time. He going again. Tracy, good morning. Charles, good morning. Micah Richards, good morning. Yeah, Charles said the terms haven't come out, but I saw that. Yes, but even if it hasn't been formally disclosed by the team, a lot of times the reports will have them out. And this was from NOLA.com. Adrian Wojnarowski was the first to report it. So anyway, NBA free agency is underway, which you need to know of great significance, which we knew yesterday. Paul George staying in OKC, Chris Paul staying in Houston. LeBron has signed with the Lakers. I think the other big fish, obviously, is going to be Kawhi. Can the Lakers get Kawhi from San Antonio in a trade? And if you're San Antonio, do you say, bleep you, he's ours for another year, and then you can make your run at him? Or do you sort of swallow your pride, recognize he's not re-signing with you, and get some for him now while you can? And if you've got a Kawhi LeBron tandem out in L.A., that's really appealing. Hey, but would you stop hitting the camera? Big block. Okay, big block. Yep, that's it. He loves Big Block Sing Song. And he just comes in here and runs out. I was trying to get some more of your comments. My apologies. This thing just moves so slow. There's two more things I wanted to talk about. Drew's having fun. Yes, Drew is having fun this morning. That's my coach, Coach Ken, former baseball coach. You're a wonderfully patient man, Matt, and a good suicide squeeze bunt or two. It's funny now. I hate bunting, Coach. I'd say never bunt. Never bunt, ever. Never give up and out. All right, two more things I want to talk about. We'll get some of your questions, so fire away if you haven't. Lori Lockhart Prophet, good morning. Blaine Allen, good morning. Glad to see everybody here that's hanging out. Eric Netterville, Val Brown, and good morning. Mark, I'm not going to try to pronounce your... All right, Mark Vitanovich. CV, I'm going to go ahead. C is silent. I'll say Mark Vitanovich. Tell me if I'm right, Mark. Vitanovich. I'm rolling with it. Hey, Ray, good morning. Patty Kutcher, good morning. Jacob Hawks, good morning. Joe and Brian Hanno, good morning. If you just joined Joe, we just talked about, they signed Elfrid Payton from Phoenix. He was a former lottery pick of the Magic. Now spent the second half of last year with Phoenix, New Orleans native. He played at Lafayette. UL Lafayette. Okay, two more things. So I noticed in the title it said Miles to the Aggies. It's Ben Miles. So Les's son, Ben, who signed out of Calicut with Nebraska. Of course, Nebraska hired Scott Frost. Scott Frost is not going to use a fullback. So cordially, Ben left and was looking for a new spot, and he's landed in College Station. So a couple things about this. First and foremost, I saw Ben Miles play a ton at Catholic. Like, he's a stud. He's a big, physical, super athletic kid, and I was genuinely surprised that Ben didn't end up signing with Les at LSU, because, of course, LSU was one of the few programs that used a fullback, and Ben's a legit D1 athlete. Like, don't get it misconstrued where it's like, oh, well, he's Les's son, so he's getting an offer type thing. No, like, there was a play, I can remember, it would have been like the first play of Ben's junior year, like literally the first play of the season. They're at Olympia. I think they were playing Parkview. No. Who was it? Might have been Parkview. Doggone it, I'm forgetting who they were playing. Anyway, Catholic returned the kickoff to about the 40-yard line, their own 40. And the first play of the season, they ran a little wheel route to Ben out of the backfield. So he was as an H-back and just released, and they just dumped him a little flare route. And he spun, made a guy miss, jumped over a guy, sprinted about 30 yards. I'm like, Jesus. For a kid that's not like, he's a legit athlete. He just got to go to an offense where they use a fullback. So naturally, Jimbo runs a pro style offense. He'll implement a fullback, and he'll use Ben Miles really, really well. It's going to be very interesting watching Ben Miles come to Baton Rouge as a visitor in 2019. And also, the other thing that I found interesting was, of course, there were all the rumors and reports, well, no, it was legit, but that LSU was pursuing Jimbo Fisher when Les was still the coach in 2016. So, the end of last month of 2015. And so you would think maybe there might be some, bad blood there a little bit, but apparently not. So, or, hang on, I'm chopping off my head here. Hold on. So anyway, point is, for Ben Miles to be playing in the SEC West for the guy that almost replaced his dad, and he'll be coming into Baton Rouge as a visitor in 2019. It's an interesting story. So anyway, Ben Miles transferring to Texas A&M. My assumption is that he'll sit out this year per transfer rules, and then he'll be eligible to play in 2019. Let me read the story just to make sure he's not walking on at A&M, because if he's a walk-on, he is joining the team as a walk-on. Okay. He may still have to sit out despite being a walk-on. 3 years. Okay, he does have to sit out in 2018. All right, so he has to sit out in 2018, and he'll have 3 years of eligibility remaining. The other thing that is obviously worth mentioning is that Jimbo coached under Les. Remember, it's when Les was hired, Jimbo was retained as the offensive coordinator, part of the deal, and that lasted for 2 seasons, and then Jimbo went to be coach and waiting at Florida State. So Jimbo and Les didn't always see eye to eye on how to run the offense. So it's interesting. It's interesting that Les's son is going to play for Jimbo, but he'll get great coaching, and I think A&M is going to end up being good under Jimbo, really good. Brad, good morning. Pete Giardino, good morning. Does he eat grass? No, he doesn't eat grass, but he's a really good player. I don't know if you saw this last thing, and then I'll get some. If y'all got questions, fire away. We'll do about 5 minutes of questions. Then I got to go jump in the showers. We had a morning meeting at Guarantee. Adam, good morning. Brandon Bro, good morning. Jesse Sibley. Jesse, what's up, man? It was good meeting you this weekend on the beer tour, man. Daniel, did your show end? Dada or Daniel? Daniel Tiger. Okay, Daddy's going to come put a new show on for you in a second. I'm almost done. James Vadreen. What's up, Jimmy? Good morning. Good to see you on the bus tour as well, man. That was really cool, man. You and your son came. That was a fun day, man. Let's see. All right, so y'all fire away some questions. I'll get to your questions as we wrap up here. I'll do about 5 minutes of questions. The other thing is, David Toms won the U.S. Senior Open. Really cool, man. I mean, it was all the way back in 2001 that he won the PGA Championship, his first and only major. And I know I've said it before, but I really, really like the fact that on any given weekend, I can turn on a PGA Tour event, and I'm likely going to see LSU golfers. You can see. I know John Peterson may well be about to retire. We talked about that a little bit ago. But you could see Smiley. Andrew Loop is out there as well. Sam Burns is a great young golfer. So there's just, hey bud, hey, did your show end? Oh, do you want more Daniel? Okay, home. What, baby? Do you want more Daniel? You want to come show me more Daniel? Okay, let's go. Let's go see. Hang on, y'all. I'll bring y'all with me. Hang on. Oops, sorry. I'll bring y'all with me while we go in here. Hey, it's okay, bud. He wants more Daniel Tiger. Oh, yep, Daniel Tiger ended. Now we're going to watch Daniel's new friend Chrissy comes. He likes the same episode. Anybody else's kids do this? They just watch the same episode of it. He wants the same 2 episodes of Daniel Tiger. It's crazy. It's hey, you want a Tiger family trip? A Tiger family walk. We can watch a Tiger family walk. Watch the same thing, bro. It's crazy. These kids today in their crazy Daniel Tiger's neighborhood. All right. Sorry for the shaky video there. Set this back up in the office. Y'all like that thing right there? Look at that. That's all my game tickets from the 2003 National Championship season. I was a senior at LSU, went to every game. All right, let's see. All right, is that good? Good in frame there? Hope so. Hope we're good and framed right there. All right. It should be good. Maybe that's a good. Maybe that'll be like a good episode one day of the show or something. Tracy, great office. Thank you. I got a lot of cool stuff. Basically, like every memento I've ever had is in here. And I love when we bought this house. I love the office. It's with all the shelving in here. It's cool. Like all the stuff that Erica would never let me display at the other houses. It's lived in boxes. I could put it in here. Pete, Spain really blew it. I have no idea what that means. Meridoc, good morning, Matt. Lance and LeBron blowing each other's ears next season. That is funny with Lance Stevenson going to the Lakers as well. That was. Do you oddly enough? Do you remember when Lance Stevenson and the Pacers, that was the team that was challenging what at the time was Miami and LeBron, and they had Hibbert. And it's like, man, the Pacers, they're going to be it's just it's so funny how much of a flash in the pan that was, and it speaks to the consistency of LeBron no matter where he's been, man, because they've had all these contenders and nobody seemed to manage to knock him off the throne, man. Brandon says my little boy has been on a Coco trip. What's Coco? I don't even know what that is, but I'm willing to show Drew anything new because he gets stuck on the same 3 or 4 things and he won't get off of it. Russia with an impressive against all odds win in the World Cup. Messi and Ronaldo eliminated. Yeah, Jeremy, I really don't care. Sorry, bud. I'm not trying to be dismissive or disrespectful. I don't care. And I'll put it to you this way: people. I know people say it's the most popular event in the world, which it is, but it's not the most popular event in Baton Rouge or in Louisiana or to my audience. So, my whole thing is I'm going to talk about things that my audience want to hear about, and there are pockets of our audience and pockets of our country that care very deeply about the World Cup, which is great. I'm not saying it's not a wonderful event. It's a huge event in the world, but talking about Messi and Ronaldo getting bounced from the World Cup is not going to get me ratings in Baton Rouge. It's not. It's not going to get me ratings in New Orleans. So I don't care. I just in the grand scheme of things, Elfrid Payton signing with the Pelicans is a bigger story to my audience than Messi being bounced from the World Cup. In the grand scheme of the sporting world, obviously they're not even comparable. Walk. Are you going? A tiger family. A tiger family. Walk. What you doing, bud? Elevator. Mimi's going to take you to the mall today and you can ride the elevator. Do you see yourself? No, Mimi's not taking you to abilities today. Nope. No abilities today. Clap hands, clap hands. Say hi. For abilities comes home. Okay. Uh-oh. He wants to go to abilities. That's where he goes for therapy. He loves his ladies at abilities. Tyler McGee, good morning. Trampus Butler, good morning. Yeah, it's true. Soccer would lose ratings. It would. Talking about soccer. If I was ever going to, just procedurally, if I was ever going to talk about soccer, I'll put it to you this way. When the Pelicans stunk, but you still had a pocket of fans that you kind of had to feed and find ways to talk about, I couldn't break down games. So when they stunk, I'd play that ping pong ball sounder. Remember that stuff? Playing for the lottery type deal. And, we'd celebrate losses. But it's you can't legit break down games when they're 20 games below 500 for the whole season. So you find creative ways to do it. I would have to do that for soccer. I'd have to find a creative way to talk about soccer. Big game at 9 a.m. I got a meeting at 9 a.m. and then another meeting at 9:30. I don't watch soccer. So, but good luck to all of you who are watching and you're enjoying the World Cup. Get on it, y'all. So, hope y'all tune into AFR today, 3 to 6 Central. Hope y'all check out our friends at Boudreaux's. Check out all their social media if you haven't yet. I was going to delay for a few minutes. See if any of y'all had questions. Tyler McGee says, Vamos Mexico. Bro, that seems like treason, actually. You're cheering for Mexico. Like, you don't live in Mexico. You live in the United States. Like, why are you cheering for Mexico? Come on now. I mean, I ain't cheering for Mexico. I mean, I don't care who wins any of these games, matches on the pitch. Anyway. All right, y'all. We'll wrap this thing up. Y'all, please check out Boudreaux's. Hit the share button if you haven't yet. Like this page if you haven't yet. Like Boudreaux's if you're finding us on Facebook or on Twitter if you're watching this later. Big Block. Elevator. That's a DJ Drew on the ones and twos. All right, y'all. We are gonna Stephen Vaughn. Good morning. We're gonna bounce. Tracy, I will do. And with that bumping of the camera, I'm just going to bid you all adieu. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Why you keep hitting Daddy's camera? Big Block.